Welcome back. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani marking his first 100 days in office by telling supporters, be proud to be socialists.
It is the change that democratic socialism can deliver. I know there are many who use socialist as a dirty word, something to be ashamed of. They can try all they want, but we will not be ashamed of using government to fight for the many, not simply the few.
Proud to be a socialist. Meanwhile, AOC is kind of in a left-wing squeeze, criticized by her own side for getting too mainstream. Axios reporting, in July 2024, the National DSA, that's the Democrat Socialist of America, withdrew their endorsement of AOC, arguing that she'd conflated anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism and condemned boycotting Zionist institutions. That led the group to consider that a deep betrayal. In a virtual DSA forum last month, with New York City members, AOC then changed her position on Israel by committing to vote against any U.S. funding to that nation, including for defensive weapons. So, too liberal for the moderates, too moderate for the left. Then she's in a political no man's land. But that political no man's land for mainstream Democrats is hard to watch anyway.
7? Oh, okay.
That's Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer doing the 6-7 thing. Then there's California Congressman Ro Khanna. He's also, like Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger, been described as a moderate, but even he can't escape the policies and the messaging of his party.
I feel that I am more likely to be harmed by Democratic policies such as open borders, because
I'm for secure borders.
Okay, but in your state, something like 4,600 or so illegal migrants that had criminal records were re-released from jail. So when we're talking about harming Americans, when we're talking about children potentially being harmed, when we're looking into child trafficking, we have to acknowledge that illegal migration is the biggest funnel for child trafficking. So when we're worried about Epstein with a couple of people, and you guys turn a blind eye to tens of thousands of children being harmed by your policies. That's a problem.
We have been for a secure border, but here's what I want.
No one in California can say that they're for a secure border.
All right, joining me now from that exchange is Marien Richardson, who was in that debate. Marien, thanks for being with us here today. The interesting thing about that moment is that Ro Khanna offers you the rhetoric, we've been for closed borders, and you immediately follow up with, but that doesn't reflect in your policies, in your record, in the places that you run. And what was his response when you're given the data from California?
I mean, it's just standard response from someone like himself, trying to deflect, trying to change it over into a conversation about how ICE is treating people as they're being removed. But I'm glad I was strong enough to bring him back to the point, which is simply, you are in a sanctuary sanctuary cities. You are pro making things easier for illegal migrants, which then turns into supporting and even promoting illegal immigration.
Yeah, and then you use the Epstein talking point, because the Epstein talking point is the political football the left has picked up to suggest there's some protection of pedophiles, when in fact you had the stats here. The biggest funnel of pedophilia is the illegal immigration trade. It is the cartels. It is bringing in these underage kids who become sex slaves in America.
Exactly. And it's very frustrating to me. I am a mother. It's so frustrating that the left tends to use the small percentage of something that is happening. We can't ignore that. But they use that small percentage to the outlier, if you will, to dismiss the huge problems going on because of their policies. So I can understand they just need votes, right? But I cannot allow them to pretend like they don't realize that hundreds of thousands of children have gone missing during the Biden administration alone.
Right. Well, Marien, I do want to give credit to Ro Khanna for at least going into that forum and having that debate with you and many others. It is, as we've seen on social media, Jubilee debates. I think the flags get raised to sort of end your time in the arena with Ro Khanna. In the end, how would you say that went? Him surrounded by, I presume it's something like 20 people that generally hold disagreement.
Yeah, it went pretty well, I would say. In general, he was respectful. I think most of us were respectful as well. The flag raising is a little nerve-wracking because you start to see everyone and you're just trying to get your point done. But in general, I will say I respected his ability to debate, but he gave a lot of politician, conversation, right? Politicianese is what I call it, where he just tried to rope me back into what he wanted to talk about rather than the facts that were on the table.
Okay, well, nice job from what we got to see, Marien. Nice job in that debate. And thanks for sharing a little bit with us here today.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.